Hello everyone, it is Walt here on this rather kind of rainy day here. And today, but regardless of the rain, I'm going to be out here enjoying it and making videos and doing all that kind of fun stuff because today's our masterpiece and all that. But back to the main point of this video. Today's video is all about the world's greatest lie from The Alchemist. Kind of how we can interpret this world's greatest lie, how we can use it, where it's really right, where it has some issues, and kind of just the overall point that The Alchemist is a wonderful self-help book. I first picked it up a little bit over 2 years ago, and I've read it at least 8-10 times, something like that. It is an absolutely wonderful book, particularly the fact that Paulo Coelho there was able to write this entire book in under 2 weeks, and it's been such a bestseller. It's been so successful, all these different versions of it out there. And The World's Greatest Lie is something I think that nearly all of us remember from our read-through, even if we've only read the book once. This point when, the king is sitting with the boy, and the boy asks him, "What is the world's greatest lie?" And I believe the reply by the king is roughly, it is this, that at some point in the future we lose control of our lives and our lives become controlled by fate. There's something along those lines, for that is the world's greatest lie. And what he's saying is that we have this idea, this notion, that at some point in our lives we become controlled by fate. And everybody seems to have this notion. I think it's just maybe from our stories, maybe from the human interpretation of reality, that we have this idea that at some point, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we're not going to be in control of our lives. We're kind of just going to be living out the fated life that we decided upon. Like, somebody thinks, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to become like a doctor, and they think that then, once they're a doctor, their life is just going to play out like this montage where they experience the blissful moments as they are now in control of, they're just kind of watching, basically. They're the spectator now, while they live out this wonderful life as a doctor, and all they feel is the bliss of that person, saving people and doing this and doing that. And they don't think about how they have to get up to, go to their job. They don't have to think about, how they have to get up and go and do these things. They think fate's just going to control that. And this notion is just so odd from how reality actually works, because our entire lives, we're going to be here, okay? From, the moment we can last, remember, from right now to the end of my life, I'm going to be here this entire time, okay? Unless we have some kind of dissociative disorder that's causing us to really black out over large periods of time and, dissociate from things all the time, then it's really questionable what's going on here. With why we think that fate is going to take over. But this notion of fate, it goes back to Greek mythology. Think about the three fates, these women who are weaving, the lifespan of different people, and they can slice the threads, cutting off somebody's life. That kind of notion that really it's of the fates, and there's some stuff about Zeus and his talks with the fates, and who can control the fates, what can be done there. And I think that really this notion of fate is something that is almost universal. We'll see it in other places where fate has decided this, or even House of the Dead. Friends, the door of fate shall open. If you haven't played House of the Dead 2, then that's the most hilarious scene ever in it. But my point being, fate is such a huge part of the human experience. People think, oh, it's my destiny, it's my fate. And really what you can realize is you don't have a destiny, you don't have a fate, okay? There are patterns you're probably going to play out. You have a subconscious mind that you can program that's going to, lead you down certain paths depending on what you tell it. If you tell it, all day long, I'm a failure, I'm no good at this, I can't do this, and you keep holding yourself back from things, you're going to become a fearful person who's going to, basically your fate that's going to play out is that you're going to be fearful and unable to achieve things. And if instead you take the perspective of, I'm strong, I'm confident, I can do this. And there's some excellent motivational materials on confidence that can get your confidence flowing, where you can just talk confident, feel confident, and soon enough you will be confident all the time. And you'll be in this cycle of winning over and over and over again. There's an excellent Tony Robbins video on that exact kind of material. And this is the kind of stuff you want. You want that winning feeling, that confidence, okay? Because you can be here your entire life, and you are capable enough to live your entire life. There's no point that we're gonna, live by fate, okay? Some people think, I know some people who've gone to college who think, okay, I don't like engineering, but I'm gonna be an engineer, and then I'm gonna make money, and I'm gonna be happy with that. But if you hate engineering, you're never going to be happy being an engineer, okay? You can find things that you can passively kind of, think are okay about engineering, but if you really don't have passion for it, you will never enjoy doing it, and you'll never be the best that you can be if that's what you're going to do, okay? Now, this doesn't mean that things like money aren't important. Money is extremely important. Living a good life is important, okay? But don't sacrifice all your dreams for this kind of notion. In The Alchemist, we have the story of this baker, okay, who wanted to always be a shepherd, but he doesn't get to be a shepherd because he chose to be a baker instead because people think bakers are more important, okay? They think that, being that... like what other people think about him is more important than him living his actual life. And that's what so much of high school goes, like, that's what so many people experience in high school. So many people are like, oh, what is she thinking? What's he thinking? How do I know I'm going to be interpreted? And as it's said in 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself, Steve Chandler says that we just need to leave high school, okay? Our lives are not all about our life in high school. We have passions, we have power, and no matter what, we are going to be here this whole journey, and our lives are excellent. We can do extraordinary things that we cannot even imagine if we can just believe in ourselves, if we have our desire and we have our belief. Those two basic principles from Think and Grow Rich, desire and faith, desire and belief, whatever you want to call it. When you put those two together, then nothing can stand in your way. Okay? And that's it. That's how we can break free of the world's greatest lie. We don't need fate. We can be here to enjoy our lives the most. Think back to the best times in your life. If you look over your entire life, the best times were always when you were living in the present moment, okay? Every single time. Our happiest, most fulfilling, smartest, and even highest achieving, victorious self always lives in the present moment. So let's live more in the present moment. Let's forget that we think that fate's going to control our lives. Let's let that notion go, and let's just live here and enjoy our day. Enjoy our second. Enjoy our minute. And therefore, we will enjoy our life. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm Walt. I'll see you guys next time with the next video. Stay tuned. I'll see you then.